get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it, the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. 'Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Oh, we paint miniatures, we paint miniatures, we paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear what I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above, and if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? We paint miniatures, we paint miniatures, we paint miniatures. We paint miniatures, we paint miniatures, we paint miniatures.
And we're live, and hopefully everybody can hear and see me. It's Shoshie from Shoshie's Magnificent Minis. Hello. I'm by myself, obviously, today, and this is like only the second or third time I've streamed by myself. Can you hear me? Hopefully. Yay. I see my mics are moving. So we're a little off schedule today, and I apologize for that, for not any warning. I had forgotten. That is super loud. Hold on, let me turn that down just a skosh. A little bit. Dang. It's also my husband's computer that is loud. There we go. All right. Now you can hear me. sound. Oh, can you hear me? You can hear me. Steve AMA says sound. That tells me nothing. Can you hear me? Say something. Sounds good. Okay, yes. Yay! All right. Since I only have an hour, I do have like a very important meeting that I have to go to. I can stay a little bit after 3, but I thought I would just put in the title 3 because I don't want to go over. So you misspelled sound. Oh, okay, good. Yay. Yay, I'm here. Hey, Krista. All right, let me show you what we're doing here. Oh, there we go. There's my overhead. Now, just tell me if you want me to hold him. I have no way of focusing it while Mike is not here. So I can hold it about here. And you guys can see I can move the camera a little back if I need to. The camera is right there. And so, and things, I don't know if Mike got it fixed, but it was funny. Here, let me see if it'll work now. Okay, good. He fixed it. Let's do that. Ooh, yay. So when we get a new follower or a new subscriber, I'll write your name down. And then you'll be able to read it. It won't be backwards. So, Musler, have a great stream. Thank you so much, Tevison. Have fun. All right, this is Rogal Dorn. Check this out. We can take off his pieces because I've magnetized them. These are the pieces to his base. We've got mostly painted. And then he slips out, hopefully. Ah! There we go. Boom, boom. And then we're going to be working on a little bit of the back of this cloak. And we're going to be working on this base, which is mostly almost done. And so, hopefully... Yay! Talagard, thank you so much for tipping. Aw, thank you. I really do appreciate that. And how are you, Talagard? It's been a while since we've spoken. I'm hoping that you're having a great day and your weekend will be good. So this is how he goes back in. Just sits back down in there, and then these go back in to kind of lock him in place, and they've already got their magnets all set. And he's I don't want to tip him upside down, but mostly he's in there. So I don't know if he's meant to be playable on this base, but if he is, that's pretty cool. Okay, but he does come off, and now he can be played. And I do believe that the people who will be playing this are going to be using him as a game piece. Hey, Amberden. You're doing fine? Good. I'm glad you're doing fine, Talagar. Good, good. Let's see. Got a paper towel. I've got my everlasting wet palette, which was not so everlasting last night because all I have is the baking sheet. So instead of using that, I'm going to go to my dry palette. I'll show you guys. Dry palette. It's pretty crusty right now, but it's okay. We'll just pile paint on top. So my client wants me to do these guys as, I'm not sure the name of them. They're all metal and they have yellow and black stripes. And if you guys know, if anybody knows the name of that chapter, I'll give you 5 points. So, let's see, I'm looking it up. So this is a picture of the dudes that we're gonna try to recreate on this Space Marine and this helmet over here. So if you guys know the name of that chapter. Yeah, I'm starting early, Amber, and you missed it. You were a little bit late for the intro where I said that I have a very important appointment to go to. And so I thought I'd rather start a little early than start on time and finish early. I'm still going to finish early. Gray Nights. It might be Gray Nights. I don't know. Actually, that sounds like it might be right. If you can look it up and then find out, I will give you 5 points. Punks expected. Unexpected. Unexpected. All right. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead. I'm looking at my reference here. Now in the picture he sent me, This guy has gold epaulets or gold on there. Now I need to look up Grey Knights because I don't know if that's the right one. Grey Knights. Wait, actually, I think he even told me what they were. Iron Warriors? You guys know about those? Is that a chapter or is that just a dude? Let me look that up. Anybody heard of him? Iron Warrior? Iron Warrior. 30K? It's 30K, right? Yeah. Because that's what this is. Imperial Fists. Here we go. Iron Warriors are one of the 9 traitor legions of Chaos Space Marines. Ooh, there's his little dude. Let's see. There was a picture on here. No picture. Okay. Well, I can look it up. I'll do an image search for Iron Warrior. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like lots of gold on the edges of things, and they look pretty grungy from what I can see. So I will go with that. Yeah. So I think, so what I'll do is I'll get out my different golds, which I think Viking gold looks good. S. Garridum, thank you so much for subscribing. We're going to write your name down. You get to be the first name written down today. Tier 3, oh my gosh. And S. Garridum, I think you knew this. I'm not for sure if you knew this. When you subscribe at Tier 3, you get not only do you get all my cool emotes, which I need to get more made of, but you get a 30-minute coaching with me. So you can contact me and set that up. And so in order to get the coaching, you have to contact me. There we go. All right, SGARROM. Yay! Subscriptions. Yay! Okay. Awesome. Amberden found me a link. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Amberden. I'm going to give both you. I'm going to give you a 5 points. Let's see. And I will give unexpected. Oh, he said Imperial Fist. So that there we go. Wait. I must have not typed that wrong. There we go. I did it. Alrighty. Now, find my golds. So it is a dingy gold, so I'm going to go with this first. Put that on my palette. And that link helps a lot. I'll be able to... You already had one couching? That's right. Coaching. Yeah, that I forget who I've had because it's so frequent now. It's good though. It's good. Okay, let me get over here so where you can see it. Go ahead. All of the little edges have this gold. Here we go. And yeah, it looks like every single little doodad has some, yeah, that's going to be gold as well. I'm going to take a risk and just paint stuff that I don't know if it's supposed to be gold, because this is not technically an Iron Warrior. This is just a Space Marine. And on the box art, it's actually, I think it's actually an Ultramarine. But the client asked for these guys, the Iron Warriors, so we're going to do that. He'll be an Iron Warrior by the time I get him done. Now I'm going to ask you guys, if you need me to move around, please do. And don't just say off cam. Tell me which way you think it's going to look best. Because this is a new camera setup and we don't have things quite tweaked exactly. So sometimes you'll be able to see stuff really well and sometimes not. Do this little dealie in the middle. Base's pieces are falling off. There we go. And it looks to me like he's got some bits of this boot are also gold. Amberden's valedictorian, you're about to graduate. That's amazing. And I think then after that you become like apprentice, journeyman, and then master. And then after that I need to make some new ranks because nobody's gotten that far yet. Which is pretty cool that you've gotten that far. Okay, now this piece. Now when Mike is here, obviously, he is able to tweak my focus so much nicer. He can do it as I'm painting, but I cannot do that. Not yet, anyway. We didn't used to. This has been awesome. We finally found the paint along bust. He was hiding out of sight behind your monitor. Any progress on the paint tools list? No, I just got back this week from Alfonso Hidalgo's class, and I have still been catching up on house and on commissions. So just be patient and I will get to it. I will do it. The problem is that, I mean, obviously I don't want a lot more stress about it because it will make me not want to do it again in the future. So we need it to be relatively low stress. So, but don't worry, it will happen. We will just everybody be patient. Maybe whisper it to me, because when you tell me on stream, it's like super stressful. Okay, I just painted this guy's little. Like, honestly, I don't know exactly what parts are going to be gold. It looks like it just kind of make them up. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll just make some parts of this gold. Yeah, there we go. And there is another little grenade over here, which I'll just leave that one that color. This looks like a barrel for a gun. All right. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and match these together. So yeah, this piece is also gold then. Yeah. One of the things that's going to be happening this weekend is I'm going to have this teenager come over and help me organize my studio so that I'll be able to find everything. So that way, when I go ahead and make my tool list and everything, I will be able to easily find my own stuff to help work with you guys. Here we go. All right, that's good, I think. It looks like, I mean, really, these iron guys, they don't really have a lot to them. We might give it a little Null and Oil wash here. That might be the rest. That might be it. Let's try it. Organized by a high school student. No, organized by me telling the high school student what to do. Bob, what are you thinking? I just have a gopher, that's all. Yeah, I just trying to get my daughter to do stuff and or my husband trying to boss them around doesn't work real well. So I have to hire somebody to boss around. Yep. Yeah, a lot of times, I mean, because I have just enough ADHD that if I try to do it on my own, I'll get caught up in like the minutia. But if I've got like somebody here, then having them here and having them, you know, having them being impatient with me, it kind of helps me keep from frittering. Because that's the big problem, is that I'll fritter time. Big time. All right, I'm just putting a little like a grease wash on here with the Nuln oil, just to dirty things up a little bit, because that gold is a little bit bright for this character and this one too. Okay, now let's get out my Soilworks from Scale 75. Aw, Spear 1959. Thank you so much for the subscribe. I'm gonna write your name down if I find my pen. Here it is. Okay. Spear 1959. Yay, thank you so much. There you are. And Falcon Punch Drunk is an apprentice. Actually, that's right. Falcon Punch Drunk's already reached apprentice, so journeyman and then master. It takes a lot more hours to, a lot more hours to reach each of the bigger levels, because it gets more and more. All right, I'm going to take my mic off and mute myself while I dig up my Soilworks, which I believe is over in my... See, this is the other thing, is when I'm on stream, I need to be able to know where stuff is. So having each thing have a label on it and have a place for it will be huge. So, okay, let's see if this works. All right, I'm back. I have Soilworks with me. Now, the cool thing about these are the Scale 75 Soilworks. We've got lots of different colors in here and a fixer. So I'm going to look up and see. There's a little instruction packet in here. You found these several stashes of large scale figures and about 3 kilos of 25 to 28 mil D&D metal minis. You're convinced there is at least one more secret hoard of goodies. Oh, that sounds fun. Have I heard about Scale 75's new oil-based washes? I have, and I plan on getting those as well. So I don't know when, though. I mean, everything is kind of, you know, just depends on when I can get around to getting them. I have to message them and let them know I'm interested in them. Okay. It says apply pigment, natural soil, sienna, dark mud, and natural soil, sienna, and dark mud over the base with a soft hair brush. Okay, so here is an old brush I have, and I'm going to pick out these colors to make my mud. And I think then I fix it using a dropper, leave some fixer so it extends by capillary. Ah, okay. So let me get out these colors first. Natural soil. I need dark mud, natural soil, and I need sienna. Sienna. That's not it. I think I got the boxes mixed up a little bit. All right, let's see if they're in the other box. This sienna. Here it is. Sienna's like a little yellowy. Okay, so we're going to put this on this guy. Has anybody ever used pigments before? Let's do natural soil first. Natural soil first. We're going to make it look real. You're hoping to make a set of the washes, as buying individual paints is irritating unless buying replacements for used paints. Yeah, I agree. Try, see, I'll just put a little bit on here. Tap it, maybe tap some of this off. And then I'm gonna brush it, brush it over my base that I've got here. It does look like, see that it's that texture of the dry pigments. It does look realistic, like dusty. I'm just trying not to get too much on the stairs because I want most of it just on the dirt. And in between this guy. You guys see that? Show you here. You know who does this really well is also Genuine Vision. Maybe he will come over here and help me. I really enjoy weathering. It's fun. I assume you then apply the fixer to get it to stay put. Yeah, I'm following the directions here. It says using a dropper leaves some fixer so it extends by capillary. When the fixer is dried completely, highlight the central parts with pigment, natural soil. So that's the one I'm using right now. You're going to highlight it and highlight again with sienna to the natural soil pigment. Okay, well, I'm just going to just do it just like they say and see what happens. One of the things that's also nice about these pigments is they're fast. So if you're trying to just blast out a base for an army, this is fast. You don't have to spend hours and hours painting and painting and painting. And it looks really good too. There we go. A little bit under there. I want to make sure to get the pigment on the spots by the guys because it kind of sets him into the environment better if there's a little dust on him too. Like he's been, like that armor set has been lying around a little while. It looks better. There we go. All right, now that's the natural soil. Now we're gonna go to the sienna. Where's the dark mud? I want to do that first. That is a little bit more reddish, it looks like. Ooh, yeah, look at that. How pretty. Kind of get that into the crevices. And the variation in tones makes it look a little bit more natural too. I can see why they say to go back and highlight. That is a little overpowering. Okay though, we're gonna get it. That looks very cool. Like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, don't forget these pieces. I almost like that dark mud over that black by itself without the sienna. Here's a little of the sienna. Wait, that's the dark mud. I spoke too soon. Rainer is hosting. Oh, he's auto-hosting. Anyway, if you haven't followed Rainer, he is a really awesome painter. He does a lot of 40K, speaking of which. This, you just put a little bit on the top of the base because it'll make it seem like some of this dust, you know, got up on there. We can always go back with paint and go back over it if we need to. I want it to look very natural. All right. Snooty Wardle doesn't seem to be a fan of using pigments due to the problem of them getting to stick. Yeah. I have never had a problem with getting pigments to stick because afterward I will dull coat them. So I don't know if he's just doing it differently. He's probably just doing it differently than I am. But I don't have problems getting them to stick. So. And they do have this fixer that's supposed to help here too. Although I don't trust just the fixer alone. Oh, do you see that? I don't trust just the fixer alone. You got to use the dull coat too after the fact. All right, this is the sienna. We're going to go back over the base of him with this. Like a highlight almost. So Amberden, I used to be in the hobby of ball jointed resin dolls. And the entire hobby to make the makeup for the dolls uses pigments only, no paints. I mean, there's a little tiny bit of watercolor paint, but it's almost entirely pigments. And so they show you have to do a very light blush of pigment, and then you dull coat it, and then you do another thin layer, and then another, and dull coat each layer, fixing it like a kind of like a stopping point. So this is obviously, these are a lot more pigmented, than the blushes and stuff that I use for the dolls. And this is the natural soil. Let's do the natural soil. I think it's looking a little too red for me, so this will dull it down just a skosh. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, so between each layer, it makes a big difference. Okay. And see, I just put a tiny bit on the stairs because if this planet was as dirty and dusty as this appears to be, it would blow dust over the stairs and tint them a little bit. All right. I'm getting off the blush off my brush. Now it is time for the fixer. Let's try it. The capillary action is specific. I need the right kind of brush for this. Let me check. Using a dropper. Leave some fixer so it extends by capillary. Oh, okay. So I've got a dropper. Let's see if this works. You guys get a watch me guinea pig here. This is the fixer. And I'm going to use it on one of these little bases first just to see what happens. Did Rainer get partnered? I don't know. I don't think he has. I think he's going to keep trying though until he does, which is right. Now, what capillary means is I don't squeeze it. I just let it touch it and it kind of capillaries. That's what it means. See? I'm going to hold it up so you can see that better. Okay. I have it in my thing. It's in the dropper. I'm not squeezing it. I just touch it and it comes off by capillary. See? And it really looks like mud now, which is awesome. Okay. A little bit more fixer. It's stinky. If you try to squeeze fixer on this, you're going to make a mess. But just, yeah, just touch it. Yay. He knew he was denied. Yeah, he is. He's always going to keep applying until he gets it. We're not giving up. Apparently, you need to keep the numbers up after you apply. You can't relax until they say. That's what I did. I was so paranoid. I just kept doing it until I heard from them. And it worked, I think. I don't know if that's what did it, but definitely didn't let my numbers drop after the fact. Because I just had a feeling. Just keep it going. So having that undercoat underneath is important. I have that black undercoat. And it gives it some depth, it looks like. I love this mud look. Now this fixer is alcohol based. I don't know, I think it's alcohol based because it's pretty stinky. So that means once it dries, it will hopefully look drier. I hope it won't look as muddy as it is, but it may still look muddy because that might be the whole idea. And then you highlight it with the darker colors. Rainer's pushing very hard. Giveaways every weekend at the moment. He's giving away a Badger Comet airbrush. Ooh, that's awesome. Okay. You're delighted to watch me use pigments. You've got both sets, so watching me learn is perfect. Seems quick and easy and effective. This is, and I'm guessing, guys, I'm hoping that this is the right way. I think it is. It looks fairly easy. I've used pigments before. Actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, one of the very first videos I ever made was using pigments and pastels. If you don't have pigments, but you have a set of old chalk pastels, you can do the same thing. You're going to need some kind of fixer probably. So this looks like it's already dry. I could be wrong. So I'm going to squeeze the last of that fixer in there. Looks like I've already spilled some because there's only half a thing full of it. I'm so good at spilling things. Let's put that on nice and tight. And let's see. Okay, so with the fixer is dried completely, highlight the central parts with Pigment Natural Soil, and then highlight again, adding some sienna to the natural soil pigment. Okay, I'm guessing this one looks completely dry. Let me just, not completely dry right there, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Let's see, this is the natural soil. Take just a smidge and highlight the central parts. Now, if you don't have good brush control, get a smaller brush. And kind of, I think I know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm just putting it on the, like, it's almost like you're edge highlighting, sort of, bits that are sticking out. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with that bit. It's still a little bit wet on that side, so I'm going to be careful not to get my brush wet. That looks awesome. Can you guys see that? Almost no work. Almost, and really fun. And you guys know me. I'm so lazy. I want to get it done. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do his base it because it looks all Doesn't look good at me at all. All right, let me put this away so I don't spill it. Hi, Ann Lamunas. All right. Where's my little capillary pipette? If you guys have ever heard of Chilling Wargamers podcast, when I very first met them, my friend Spud, he lives in Leeds, he was making a joke about the pipettes that were being sold by GW were $15 a piece, and people got mad. It was really funny. They like stopped watching his show because he joked about Warhammer. It was fun. I don't think anybody, I think people were mostly joking with him, at least I hope. Okay. There's a little bit over here too. So this fixer, I'm pretty sure will work really well. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Stinky, stinky. Anyone else find that their hand cramps after you paint for a bit? I'm thinking might gaffer tape the brushes handles, make them thicker. Also, so does your painting hand cramp? Let me get out my Wrathcore holders for you guys, because I had the same issue. Look at this. Pun expected. This is a Wrathcore holder. When you are relaxed and you're able to, hold on, where's the wire? It comes with one of these. And there are a lot of fakes out there that are made, like even GW copied off of Wrathcore. But I don't think they're as good, and also I don't support them because I feel like Stephen Rath did a really amazing job making this for the community, and it really works. And so why would I support a fake? So this is a Wrathcore holder. They have these as well. Right here, we're actually sponsored by them, so I will say that. But I would not let somebody sponsor me who I didn't completely believe in. So you can get them at pkpro.de. When your hand is relaxed, I dropped my brush. So you hold the handle, you hold this here, you rest your hand. And because you're resting your hand, my brush curled because I left it up against something last night. There we go. So I can rest, and then look at how relaxed my hand is. So nice, right? Wrathcores are amazing. So I would try a holder before you gaffer tape your brushes, because I think that it could work, the gaffer tape, but I know this will work. And not only that, but I had tendinitis in my whole arm up to my elbow. I was really afraid that I was not going to be able to paint again. And I backed the Wrathcore Kickstarter like to the studio level, which is the highest level, got everything in, started using them, and not long after that, my tendinitis healed up because I was more relaxed while I was painting. Now you guys will see me use these dowel rods right now. I've been using these little dowel rods. But it's not as nice as the Wrathcore holders. I've just been doing it because it's a different way of organizing. So if you'd see me without my Wrathcores and I ever complain, just tell me to get them out. Okay, so this is drying. All right, hang on one second. I gotta ask my daughter something. All right, sorry about that, guys. We have to jockey on who gets the car, and I have that appointment to go to, so I had to make sure she knew that I could go. Okay, so this is still drying. Let's see, over here, we're gonna do the natural again. Go back here, because this definitely got fixer on it. There we go. Just the edges, just the parts that are sticking out. That way the rest stays that nice dark color. Oh, my cat got downstairs. I might have to remove him. We'll see. We'll let him hang out a little bit. Go. A hair. Unfortunately, you're painting the lonely tree right now, so it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, maybe the gaffer tape for a lonely tree. That's a tough one. That's use bigger brushes for that one. Use bigger brushes, like a brush this size. You can paint that tree. Yeah, you're gonna give yourself a cramp if you try to use tiny brushes on that big thing. All right, that's still too wet, so that means I need to hold off. And I'm thinking I want something a little lighter than maybe the sienna. Let's try the sienna. You found my cat hair. It costs nearly nothing. There are rubber things. Yeah, those rubber things. Yeah, I've seen those. My grandmother used to, when she was alive, had rheumatoid arthritis. And she got those things for pens. She would also put rubber bands around pens at times. There's so much more out there now available to people who have joint issues than there was back then, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's drying nice. That actually looks so much better on it now that it has the fixer. I like it. No, Bear. My cat is now coming over here. Hey, hold on one second, guys. All right, can you guys see him? You can't see him. Let me get my cat out of here. I will be right back. Hold on one second. Okay, I apologize. The thing is, if he were to be down here, he would just distract me because he is a little whiner. He'll cry and whine at me until I give him attention. You're too far along for a big brush now? That's funny. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of tap on the tops. It's definitely drying up now, so it's looking good. This is the sienna. Okay, let's look at Rogal Dorn. It's important to go back over it after you fixed it. Give it that dry, dusty look. You know what? Another thing I recommend, Amberden, if you're going to use these, is get a mask, because I can see the particles in the air, and I can see that it's. Here's the sienna. This is nice color. Much lighter, more yellow. There we go. Just a tiny bit. It's strong. All right, we're almost done with this. I'm very happy with it. It looks pretty. All right, now let me show you guys how this is going to look once we paint the base. Let me read the directions real quick. Add some sienna. Okay, I want to use one more color because I feel like it needs to be a little tiny bit lighter. Like one more. This is gypsum. It's a white. I'm not going to use it straight. I'm going to mix it with my sienna or one of the other colors to get a different color. Did you know you can mix your pigments? Just put a little bit out here. Okay. This is sort of, let's do this. This is the natural. See, we get like a lighter tan color. Just on some spots that I feel like are a little too crazy. Ooh, it actually looks really good on the stairs. It gives the stairs a very natural look. Kind of pulling it all together, really. Okay, let's see. Let's paint things. Let's paint the base. I'm gonna get a little of my black. This is, no, that's black metal. Here's black. Black. Always go back. The last thing you do, paint your bases. Make them really look nice. Gonna look good. I see so many people, the base is your frame. I see so many people, they don't bother painting their base, and then they do such a gorgeous paint job, and then you can tell it just looks unfinished. It looks unframed. Maybe you should highlight the buried gun barrel. Oh, you mean this piece? Yeah, I think that's a good. Yeah, we'll just put a little dust on that. This is like a little pouch over here. Did you mean highlight with the powder, or did you mean highlight with the pigment? Because I just highlighted it with the pigment, so I don't. Hopefully that's what you meant. Okay. So, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do this part too. The rest is all base, okay? All about the base. And it looks to me like I got pigment. You don't want pigment all over the place like this. I'm going to go ahead and paint that again. I'll leave it dry upside down. You remember the days when you really only had the bright green grass flocking for materials? Yes. Do you know, I remember the days when I very first started painting. Look at this, it's got enough iron in it that it's sticking to the magnet. How funny is that? This pigment is definitely natural minerals, so I'm not surprised. So the stuff I used when I very first started playing war game, which was I was a Crix player. I used just the green grass flock and kitty litter. And it looks like kitty litter. Well, it kind of looks like rocks. It just doesn't look anything like what my current bases look like. And I'm going in and getting the whole side here. I want it to look really nice and framed. Very chunky. You remember the kitty litter hack? I don't know for sure, but I think I had I had an Instagram post at one point of my Crix. I don't think it's up anymore, but they were hilarious because I would put basing all over even the edge. I would cross the fourth wall with my crazy kitty litter block mix, which I would basically dunk stuff right in. You're going to a basing class? Where is it going to be, Emberden? You've been really getting into the hobby classes. That is really awesome. Are you going to enter any contests with all your knowledge? One of the things I love about these Forgeworld pieces is they are literally just gorgeous display pieces. So you want to make sure to get them really, like I'm even painting this part because it's got the schmutz, it's got schmutz on it. I want it to look pretty sharp. And then I will still go ahead and dull coat the whole thing to just fix that last little bit of pigment onto it. Yeah, you should tell Andy that this fixer, it seems to work really well. Let's see if I'm rubbing my paper towel on it. Only a little bit's coming off, so that's pretty good. Messy. Oh, you're not late. I'm actually early. I'm actually going to be ending my stream a tiny bit early today, Geeky Girl Games. I've got an appointment I've got to go to. In fact, I've got to go here pretty soon. But we just finished a cool little basing tutorial with the Scale 75 Soilworks. And so that is fun. There we go. Now what I will do, see this side, I made the mistake of putting that rust on that base part, which means I either need to take it off or I need to put it on this side as well, which means I will put it on this side as well. So let's try a little bit over here, make those match a little better. There we go. There we. Now when it sits together, it doesn't look so out of place. All right. Do a little bit more black on that. There we go. I think all I got to do is some touch-ups and maybe a little touch-ups, and this guy is done. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are gonna, let me check to see who is on. I really sorry to have to leave you guys early, but tell you what, if I get back, I will try to stream tonight. I'll put up a message about it about an hour before I plan on streaming, so it'll give you time to make plans if you want to watch me tonight. And that way you can get some more Shoshie time. All right. Let's see what Key Lime Prime is doing. Looks like he's painting Skaven Shadespire team. That sounds fun. Let's go ahead and post Key Lime Prime. I'm gonna raid him. All right, guys, so I will try to be back tonight. I don't know the time. If I am going to be on, it'll probably be at 7 p.m. tonight, which is the same time I usually start for my Wednesday stream. So you can try to catch me again. And I don't know what we're painting yet, but we're obviously almost done with Rogal Dorn, so we might finish him up and start something new. So we've got some other Kingdom Death stuff I could do. All right. And we're gonna raid. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and you have a great rest of your day. I'll hopefully see you back at 7 p.m. tonight.